Today we're going to talk about the Mayan civilization and the Ghana Empire. First, the Mayan civilization. The Mayans were spread across an almost continuous territory of roughly 311,000 square kilometers. The Mayans were an indigenous people of southern Mexico and northern Central America, which includes the Yucatan Peninsula. Today, over 6 million Mayans are still alive. The Mayans perfected the farming of corn, squash, chocolate, tropical fruits, and raising turkeys. The Mayans lived in independent city-states that consisted of rural communities and large urban ceremonial centers. They developed a hierarchical government ruled by kings and priests. The king had all the power, but there were nobles under the king. Nobles were like our legislators. The Mayans had influence over agriculture, pottery, and calendar making. They developed the writing system of pre-Columbian America, as well as art, math, calendars, and astronomical systems. They were polytheistic and involved rituals, astronomy, and nature. Pyramids were built for worshiping. These pyramids had platforms at the tops for temples, which was unusual. There are two types of pyramids. One is supposed to be climbed and is used for human sacrifice at the top. The other was not to be touched because it was sacred, and only on rare occasions would a high priest climb the dangerous step to be closer to the gods. Many of these still stand, either out in the open and preserved, or covered by growth. They worshipped more than 165 gods. The gods were very human-like. Most people's souls were sent to the underworld. Only those who died at birth or were sacrificed were spared. Sacrifices involved bloodletting by the community, though the ritual was run by priests. Jaguars were symbols of evil gods and the night. Every king was a jaguar, and people thought they could turn into their animal spirit. Some people of the Mayan religion are still used by native Mayans of Mexico and Central America. By 900 AD, the Mayan city-states were abandoned and civilization had collapsed. The cause is debatable, and there are different stories and theories. Starting in the 8th century, Mayan city-states in the lowlands were abandoned. Scientists have three main theories as to why they fell. One, they used too much of nature around them, and they could no longer maintain a large population because they did not have the materials. Two, wars between Mayan city-states caused a collapse from the inside. And three, some major environmental crisis occurred, happening for a prolonged period of time, such as a drought. The second thing we will be talking about today is the Ghana Kingdom. The Ghana Kingdom was fabulous. They were known as the land of gold, and as you're probably thinking, yes, they had a lot of gold. The king collected taxes from any traders and all goods entering or leaving his land. People lived in farming villages located south of the Sahara Desert and northwest of the Niger River. Merchants had to pay taxes on exports of salt. There were two trade routes, and they met in the marketplaces of Ghana. The empire was a feudal government with tributes to the local kings. The Soninke people were united under their first king, Dingasais. The king had absolute power and promoted justice. The king kept unity throughout the land doing this. They spoke Soninke and Mande. Traditional religions were practiced, but Islam spread greatly, and Ghana religious tolerance was high. The first largest religion was Christianity, while the second was Islamic. Both groups worked well together, except in the beginning when only Christians were educated. Muslims wouldn't send their kids to the school for fear of having them to get too close to Christian children. This meant Christians were better educated and could also have better jobs, making them feel superior. Keep in mind, math then was better than even the Romans, and it still is very similar to today's version. Traditionalists made up most of the rest of the Ghana Kingdom. Christmas and Easter are national holidays. They traded gold, ivory, and slaves for salt from Arabs, and they also traded horse, cloth, swords, and books from North Africans and Europeans. They used iron to make strong weapons, the beginning to the decline around 1050 CE from a constant pressure from the Muslims to convert to Islam. One advancement that the Ghana was the use of camels. This advancement led to more ways of transportation today, like trains. The kings of Ghana refused and soon came under constant attacks from northern Africa. While this was happening, a group called the Susu broke free of Ghana. Ghana weakened over the next 100 years and eventually became part of the Mali Empire. Today we're going to talk about the Mayan